Hey there, my name is Harris Kenny. I'm the founder of OutboundSync, and I'm going to show you version 5 of something that we have been slowly improving for months and months now, and it is our packages. Now you might wonder, what are packages? In this case, it is what allows you to make the most of your outbound data inside of HubSpot. So the whole idea behind our product is that teams are adopting these cutting-edge deliverability tools like Smart Lead, Instantly, Email Bison, and SaaS Mail. They're using these tools because it's the best way to get in front of people that might be interested in the problems that you're solving. You land in their inbox and you get their attention. The problem is that, especially for teams at scale, they have a lot of other stakeholders for that data. That's why they're using tools like Salesforce and HubSpot. They're using a CRM that allows different parts of the team to understand what's happening with outbound and eventually hand that lead off, right? Convert that into a deal, into a customer, and then have customer lifecycle management. Starting a conversation is just the beginning of the journey. That's why we believe in pushing the data into the CRM. So that's the foundation. OutboundSync, it's a data layer or a context layer, if you're talking about AI, product. And then the question is like, what do you do on top of that? This is where packages come in. Packages are pre-built and native configurable lists, workflows, reports, and dashboards inside of HubSpot. And I'm going to show you what our latest iteration looks like, what our thinking is. The idea is that once you install OutboundSync, you can get that data flowing in under half an hour. And then with Supered and with our Supered packages, you can get reporting and workflows running in total under an hour, filling in and showing how that outbound campaign is performing, and even driving other things like paid advertising campaigns or dynamically blocking contacts so that you're not re-engaging maybe other people at that company after you get a positive reply back. So we're going to start at the end and work backwards. Every time we increment a new version of this, I like to put a little quote at the top. Here we've got, you will either step forward into growth or you will step back into safety by Abraham Maslow, a really influential thinker. In this dashboard, you're going to see we've got the reports and then we've got the explanations beneath them that give you context and explain like how it works basically. So this is a visualization of a funnel as it moves from contacts at the top of the funnel down to opens, replies, positive replies, meetings, and then ultimately what we really care about is deals and those deals that convert. Now this is not going to be easy because we're moving between data models. In the sequencing data model, we have leads, but we have contacts, we have companies, we have campaigns, and we have to graft all that over to HubSpot's data model. So most of these data points are at the contact level. I'm going to show you an activity level report below, but we do cut over to deals at the end because it doesn't really matter how many contacts are attached to a deal, right? We just want to know if it's a deal or not. Now in this chart, we're showing our total sending volume by contact, broken down by the latest activity on that contact. So 7 gives you a sense of the total number of emails sent. And for one of these contacts, that is all that has happened to it. But for the other 6, there were additional updates that were overwritten on top, the most recent event. One of them bounced. 2 of them had a lead category update. One of them unsubscribed. And then 2 of them replied without getting a category on that update. So an SDR is going to follow up and see what the nature of that reply is. So this gives you a sense of how many contacts are we engaging and then what's happening with those contacts. Now again, these are configurable. So let me just show you something really quick here. Let's say you don't want to do this by week. Let's say you want to do this, by month, but you want to do it by week or by day. Because this is a HubSpot native report, it's not embedded as an iframe, you can go into this Customize tab and you can change it. Next, we have the funnel. There's 2 different approaches to a funnel here. One is more of an events-based funnel, where a contact is created, a meeting is set and held, a deal is created, and then ultimately marked as close won. The other is more of a lifecycle stage funnel, where for a team that's using the lifecycle model in HubSpot, they can update as contacts move through, and they can keep track of that conversion. Finally, we go back to the activity level. So this is looking at, okay, of the contacts, let's look at the individual number of emails that were sent. And then break down the sending volume and then the results that we're getting from that sending volume. Let's break it down further by campaign name. Outbound Sync is writing those campaign names so you can now attach specific campaigns to specific outcomes in HubSpot. Let's keep going. Now, we can break down deals too. We can look and see what the deal stages are and the number of deals and the revenue associated with those deals. Again, like this is what we're really trying to accomplish here. We're running outbound to generate revenue. And so what this dashboard does is it helps the RevOps and sales administrators and HubSpot administrators or super admins at companies that are using Outbound Sync. It helps them make the most of the data and understand, is outbound working? Where is it working? What can be improved? And generate a full feedback loop that can be driven back up to the agency or the internal team that is running these campaigns. Now let's jump over to lists really quick and just show you a separate package we have is a folder of 14 lists. Now this is really powerful because this allows you to segment and look at the different contacts that are being engaged inside of HubSpot based on the events that occurred, but also based on association. So we've got associated companies, associated deals, associated meeting books. There's lots of ways to see where things are going. And then these lists are going to be used. These lists are actually underlying some of the reports that you were looking at in the previous screen. And just what I want to show you when it comes to positive replies, what is a positive reply? Well, yeah, it could be a positive reply that's marked as positive, a positive disposition. Here we've got that. We've got Smart Lead, Instantly, Email Bison, and SaaS Mail. So we do have that disposition coming in. But there are other ways to consider it positive. And so we've pre-built this for our customers, and you can go in and you can change this. But we've also added, okay, well, what if that contact moves forward in terms of lifecycle stage? If we contacted someone through outbound and now they're in SQL, I would consider that likely a positive outcome, right? Same thing with known booked meetings. And so the idea is that, or deals, right? And so the idea is, yes, we could literally mark it as positive, but these little details are where we see attribution slip through the cracks. And this is why we found, whether it's teams at OpenSend or agency clients that are finding that they're generating 2 to 3 times the pipeline that they were expecting. And it's because of these dashboards that we're helping users discover that and discover the actual impact of outbound. I just want to show you workflows really quick. All right, here we are. Now we've got a folder of some pre-built workflows as well. Let's go to Outbound Sync, and let's just talk about replies, because this is the most typical workflow that our users are focused on. When a reply comes in from outbound, what do we do with it? And how can we control what happens from inside of HubSpot? In this example, we've got a reply coming in, and we've got a little delay function to make sure that all the data catches up, and then we're branching out. If it's an interested lead, we can change the lifecycle stage, create a task, create a Slack or an email notification. If it's not interested, we could create potentially a follow-up to maybe set a trailing task. Maybe the timing isn't right. But it's also possible that it's a do not contact or an unsubscribe or an opt-out type of feedback that we get from the recipient. And we can actually synchronize the subscription status between HubSpot and Smart Lead or Instantly or Email Bison or SaaS Mail so that you have a harmonized opt-out essentially across platforms, with the CRM, in this case HubSpot, being the system of record and also the system of automation that's driving that update across and rippling out to the edge where the outbound platforms are running. Now, there are a lot of other workflows that we have here too. For example, if you use link tracking and you're sending maybe different variations of landing pages or offers, you can build branch logic into a HubSpot workflow so that if the link clicked is one thing, it adds them to a list or it performs a certain action. You could also use these workflows to create call tasks. Let's just say you want to designate a really high value lead list and make sure that all of those leads also get phone call follow-up. You can do that. If you're using Operations Hub Pro, you could conditionally send those webhook payloads out to a tool like Clay or directly to a provider like LeadMagic or Find Email and get a phone number. You can also use things like opens as indicators of, hey, if we see this event occur, we want to do a follow-up based on that. And the idea is that we provide this, again, prepackaged so that you can hit the ground running. We're really proud to do this. We spend a lot of time doing this and working with our users, incorporating feedback. We've got a lot of ideas that have been incorporated into this based on user feedback and deploying this alongside our users. So this is version 5 of our overall, I would say, packages approach. the dashboard being the one that we've spent the most time iterating on. But workflows and lists have also gotten a lot of attention. I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to know what you think is missing. This is a huge part of what we do. Our goal is to make that outbound data actionable inside of the CRM, and we're really proud of how we're doing it. And we really appreciate all the support and feedback that we've gotten from users to make it better. All right, thanks for watching, and have a great day.